everybody, and welcome to an inventive wild ride with Steve-O. This week's guest is a fascinating guy. If you have not heard of Carter Scherer, let me tell you, he is like a modern-day Tony Stark. Iron Man. He's a genius, an inventor, an engineer, and a wildly successful YouTuber. By God, the kid is rich. And on this episode, I get kind of bent out of shape, okay? I throw a serious temper tantrum, and my initial thought was to save myself from the embarrassment by editing it out of the episode. But then I thought, you know what? I'm an accountable kind of guy. I like to be held accountable for my actions. So we left it in. Boy, do I lose my cookies on this episode. But fortunately, this episode is brought to you by NordVPN. I gotta say that I have been traveling around the world and enjoying the hell out of international Netflix. When I'm international, I'm watching American Netflix, Hulu, like my fights. I do not miss my UFC fights. Now, how is this all possible? Because of NordVPN. Not only does NordVPN give you your own safe virtual encrypted network so that you don't have like viruses coming in. You don't have people snooping around and stealing your information. You just create your own IP address by clicking whatever country you want to be in, and man, all of the content of the world opens up to you, and you're a lot safer too. I love my VPN subscription, and you can get a huge deal on yours plus 4 months free if you go to nordvpn.com/Stevo. And with Nord's 30-day money-back risk-free trial period, there's no reason not to do this. Again, they're going to give you a huge discount on your subscription plus 4 additional months free if you go to nordvpn.com/Stevo. So jump on it and let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, Carter Scherer.
Yo, all right.
Yeah, dude.
Gotta make sure that mic's ready.
We have a secret relationship that the world is not aware of.
Super secret.
A lot of people might think, ooh, this is a counterintuitive, odd pairing, but we've actually got a project we're working on together.
A little bit of history, yeah.
It would behoove us to not draw too much attention to the project because it remains to be seen whether it will actually make it to the light of day. But it's been exciting working with you.
It's been wild, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
In the interest of not alienating or offending the listeners, we can probably be a little bit vague that Carter's expertise, your expertise as an inventor, an engineer, a builder, a doer of cool things, coupled with my reputation for being sort of wild and crazy, can a little bit inform like what we might be doing together in the vein of developing a television series.
Yeah. I think, unlikely friends that have different kind of backgrounds and skill sets put together to make something interesting.
Right, to build cool-ass, crazy shit.
You'd like, not to alienate more people, the name of the show is called...
Right, but man, dude, was I impressed to film the sort of pilot, so to speak, at your new property in North Carolina, to find that it's just littered with luxury cars and a mansion and just like, I mean, it's evident that you're doing very well for yourself with your YouTube career.
You have a mansion?
A mansion, yeah.
There is no other word for the home on this 40-acre property.
110.
110. Yeah, there is no other word for that home than a mansion.
Yeah.
To be fair. So, yeah, it's cool, man. It's really, really impressive to see you go and to see the things that you've done. Like, I wonder how many, for people who maybe are tuning into the Wild Ride podcast and they don't know as much about you, let's get some background from
For
you.
sure, yeah. A lot of background. Well, I want to say that also working with this project, too, was pretty cool to work with you.
Oh,
you
well,
know?
thank you, man. I appreciate that a lot.
Growing up watching Jackass and stuff, I was probably in like middle school or something. And it was, I definitely grew up like seeing you. Never thought I would get into entertainment or like YouTube, which is what I do now, and then having the chance to meet with you and then sit on the podcast. It's a pretty cool experience, I would say.
Yeah, remember when we were shooting at your compound, we were talking about the podcast. You said that you were thinking about starting one.
Yeah, I'm still kind of thinking about it. Just need the bandwidth and the setup. You know, you got to build like a studio out like this. So,
right.
You know, a little bit of prep work, but yeah, I think it'd be fun.
I would encourage you to do so. So more in the way of background, you, how old are you now?
I'm 28.
28. Wow, yeah. I would even guess younger. But you went to university with a focus on engineering. Is that right?
Yeah. So I got started my background at college. I went to Carnegie Mellon University, and then I did started at physics, and then switched over to computer engineering and robotics. And then after that, I went to University of Pennsylvania to work on self-driving cars.
Self-driving cars, man. Is that something that's going to happen? I feel like it's a black eye for Elon Musk. Like all of the promising about like the self-driving and all. It's just like it's certainly not happened on the timeline that he seems to have promised, and it doesn't seem like. Is it ever going to happen?
I think so. I don't think we're that far away from it, and
it's just the technology hasn't caught up to the data or something.
No, and they're just not putting it out. The school that I went to Carnegie Mellon made a minivan, like an old retro, like purple minivan, drive the entire country down and back without having to ever touch the steering wheel in like 1989.
Wow.
You know, so that's when computers were the size of like microwaves and stuff. But
and it's also fair to say that given the litigious, lawsuit-friendly society, that you can't go and send people in cars without drivers and expect not to get your ass sued off if anything goes wrong.
Yeah, definitely easing into it, but Ford just came out with something called Blue Cruise, and it's full hands-off driving. So you like push a button, you take your feet off the pedals, hands off the steering wheel, and you just sit there, and it'll drive for you.
Are you familiar with like Teslas? Yeah. I mean, is it better technology than the Teslas, or is it similar? Because with the Tesla, you have to kind of jilt the steering wheel.
Yeah, it's better for sure. Because so Liz has a Tesla Model X.
It's better than Tesla.
Yeah, and you have it drives like a computer, whereas the ones for like Ford, and I haven't tried the ones for like Chevy and stuff, but they drive more like a human. Like it's like gentle. Like the Tesla will like speed up into a stop sign and then slam the brakes when it sees it. Like it's just doesn't really work that well in my opinion.
Elon Musk said if you're standing by on the sidewalk and you have a shirt that has a stop sign on it, it'll pick up the stop sign and stop the car, which is kind of interesting.
That's really funny. I've actually not heard that, but it makes sense. Yeah.
But that that's interesting. And then also Ford's taking the model of Tesla, where they're getting rid of their car dealerships, where you just go in and you buy the cars now.
That's cool.
I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But with the whole being...
Did you say that you're a Tesla driver?
Yeah.
I ordered one, but I don't have it yet.
Yeah, I'll never go back to another car.
You like them?
Unless it's like I want to get a vintage like 1980 like VW bus or something like that.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of... It's getting a little warm in here, huh?
It's getting a lot fucking warm in here. Vinny, dude, I'm
no, it was working.
Yeah, it keeps turning off.
All right, well, I opened up the door. It's fucking not okay to not have AC, and maybe just buy a fucking new one, but just fucking fix it.
The air's coming in now.
There we go. Please just kind of stand by. The last thing I want to be doing is talking about air conditioning during a podcast, but there you go, we did. Please don't make me have to talk about air conditioning anymore.
If there's any air conditioning sponsors,
I mean, whatever.
So the engineering is pretty cool. When you look at something, you could take it apart and like see how it works. That's like pretty much the gist of what an engineer does.
Yeah, from a high level, I would say so. Yeah.
And that's how you're able to like put a Lambo with an RC car controller. Like you can kind of.
It was a Mini Cooper, right?
We did a PT Cruiser.
PT Cruiser.
Yeah.
And that, what gave you the idea to do that? Like, how do you start figuring that out and connecting it to a controller minus the blue.
I mean, dude, it was so cool, man. And then you had already made YouTube videos out of this full-size remote control car, yeah?
Yeah, like growing up and watching Mythbusters, they would do like crazy stuff with like they would remote control a car. They did it back in the day too, and they would always go off and crash and stuff. But then, yeah, once I moved out and we were like, all right, we have another trip planned. We're going out to North Carolina. We have the space. Like, let's go buy like a cheap car and make it self-driving. So basically, you just need to have the
self-driving
remote control.
Remote control,
right. Yeah. So you just have to turn the wheel and then push 2 pedals. That's all you need, right? So we just came up with 2 motors, one that would push the gas and one that pushed the brake. You know, if you push like up on the joystick, it would just kind of go down and lift up and down, right? So you put an actuator for each pedal and then one for the steering wheel. And we built the whole thing in probably 3 hours. Just put it all together.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, it was pretty epic, dude. You got the like the whole mechanics of like the pedals actually being pushed by like a mechanism like a the steering wheel's actually being turned by like all these. This is robotics is probably the word for it, right?
Yeah, we just did it with all off the shelf, super cheap. I think it was probably the cheapest self-driving car ever built, at least that we could find on the internet. Like no one did it simpler and cheaper than we did.
Yeah. Do you have any projects like that ongoing? I mean, I know that took you 3 hours, but are there any like week-long or lifelong projects that you're like a Doc Brown in a lab, like constantly working on that you haven't shown the world yet?
Already fucking dead, and I think it dies when you close the door. Please, just
Are we gonna leave?
The door open. It's fine. I'm so sorry for that, guys.
It's all good.
Already fucking dead. I swear I think you're fucking killing it if I close the door. Just leave the goddamn door open. And don't fucking leave. Just make sure the fucking thing works. I'm turning into Winnebago Man over here.
What's Winnebago Man?
This fucking guy that just rages all the time because... Yeah, even if the door's open, that's fine, but for the love of fucking God, don't go anywhere. Make sure it... I told you I throw an embarrassing temper tantrum in this episode. You could say I was fuming, but that's not always a bad thing because fume products are like one of the best ways to help you quit smoking cigarettes and vapes. What is it? It's this wooden inhaler, and you put into it a core which is infused with natural oils which have been proven to help with cravings for nicotine. And the cores come in all these awesome flavors: cozy chai, black pepper, lemon berry bliss, cocoa mint, white cranberry, and I've got peppermint in there right now. It's delicious. And even though I haven't had a cigarette in 14 years, I'm still enjoying it. And it's perfectly natural. There's nothing unhealthy about it. And with smoking and vaping, a big part of the addiction is just this hand-to-mouth, fidgety busy work. And if you've got this to be doing the little fidgety busy work of smoking, then you're halfway home. And the oils that they use in these cores are proven to help with craving scientifically. And man, do I back this product, because cigarettes, vape, it's all just disgusting. It just makes you look like a loser. And Fume is here to help you quit. So get 10% off your entire order by going to breathefume.com. That's breathefum.com/Stevo. And again, you're going to get 10% off your order. And please do it, because with the cigarettes and the vapes, it's just a bad look. So again, breathefume.com/Stevo for 10% off your entire order. And let's see how I do with the rest of this tantrum. Like, whatever it is, man. Like, we can feel it when it's on. It's great. It's just not okay to not have AC. All right, what were the fuck were we saying before? Because, like, Paul's going to be like, oh, no, leave it in. It's great. Fuck you, Paul.
Yeah, we were talking about, like, anger management stuff.
I've just had a super stressful day too. On top of it,
Yeah.
that feels great, Vinny. Just keep it like that.
So,
Yeah,
No,
sounds
but just
funny.
seriously now, like walk us back to where
we're talking about the world's cheapest RC,
Yeah, pretty much the cheapest.
self-driving.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so we built that. But yeah, there's also a little bit of an interesting story. So it's pretty sketchy. I mean, it literally is like the cheapest. We got the car for like $2,000 or $1,500. It's like a really ugly PT Cruiser, like red. But it drives really good. It's like, it's a nice car, but it's just it's undesirable, so it's cheap. So we started with a cheap car, and then we put cheap electronics in it, all off the shelf, all just plug and play, like hobby level stuff that was strong enough to push and pull on the pedals and stuff like that. So yeah, made it so like the whole build process was just plywood, a couple screws, some zip ties, whatever. But it worked really well. Probably the whole thing was like under $3,000 or something.
Wow, dude.
And it was literally a day. We planned like 4 days to put it together, and we finished by lunch on the first day.
How many views did you get on that video?
Over a few million, probably.
Few million?
Yeah.
That's
And,
like the norm.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah, pretty norm.
It's insane. And how many subscribers do you have on YouTube?
I just hit 9 million.
9 million. You're on the final stretch for the diamond plaque.
Yeah, I'm excited. Never thought I would get to 10, but we're right around the corner. So anyways, yeah, driving the car, when no one's in it and you're away, it's like all fun and games. I think it goes fast. Like it goes 100 miles an hour. If you like push on the stick, it's like, as fast as a regular car. And but you start to realize it's sketchy when you start like getting comfortable with it. You start sitting on the roof with the controller, or
you're
you start
really driving
putting
a car.
I
Like,
mean,
yeah,
we've established for the listeners that we're talking about there's an Easy Boy like sofa chair mounted on the roof,
Well,
which
yeah.
you're sitting in while you're remote control driving it.
Yeah.
So you're driving yourself around while you're sitting on the roof of the car in a Lazy Boy
Yep.
with the big old remote control. It's fucking nuts, dude.
Yep.
And when we filmed this pilot, I was like introducing the pilot while sitting in the chair, and they're just driving me around like a fucking asshole, like, you know.
Yeah, I think we need to. There's a big story about this. I really want to tell in this.
You do or you don't? Really
No, I
want to?
do.
Okay,
I
then
do.
let's
Yeah,
go.
it's great.
Man. I
it's
love
great
it.
for this. Yeah. So for this project we're working on, part of it was like, let's put a big fat like sofa chair up there.
Yeah.
So then someone would sit on there, and it ended up being you, and then we're on the ground all safe with the controller ripping it, we have this big 10-acre field, so we're just ripping. We're doing like 40-mile-an-hour passes.
I was never going 40 miles an hour.
At least 35, 40.
Damn, I was.
Yeah, I got some
like it.
clips, and it was like I'm looking at like how fast they're driving the car, and I'm like, dude, this is so sketchy.
Wow.
So sketchy.
I don't feel like it was ever like particularly dangerous, but I was strapped in. Huh?
You were focused on the camera, doing your
Yeah.
thing. You didn't have a clue, and that's why the story is so funny. So yeah, we're driving it around. My friends got the controller, and we're doing passes. They took it out the night before, and they added a couple extra safeties. One of which was a garage door opener. That when you click the garage door opener, it turns the key off of the car as like an extra safety. And so not really tested that much. We took it out the night and kind of ripped on it. And it was all good. But for you, we're going a little bit more, a little bit faster. The showrunner's faster, hit it harder, go. They screaming at us, and I'm thinking I'm like sweating. I'm like seeing this thing. And if something happens, there's not a lot of time to react.
And mind you, too, that like while they're setting up the car for me to get on the roof, you've got like the network legal department over there, like, wait, no, he can't get in the until he signs this thing, and like there's all this stuff going on behind the scenes with my entertainment lawyer like signing off on the waiver, and it was just like a high stress level thing, and I finally just fucking signed my life away and then get on to the what he was talking about.
So we're doing these passes, you're doing lines, you're focused on the camera. I'm sweating watching my friend drive. He's the one that helped me build it. And so there's like a couple problems with it where like if it loses power or gets unplugged, what happens is it doesn't just like come to a stop. It just remembers the last command. So if that's like 50% throttle and straight, like it'll just do that and you won't have any connection and you'll just be off.
Wow.
And so it's like sketchy. And so we're doing things, and we're doing these passes where you're going like 40 miles an hour just ripping by us. It's scary.
And Wendy's chasing the car.
Yeah, Wendy was
Yeah.
chasing. Oh my gosh. I have all this
Jesus.
on camera too. It's on one of my phones somewhere. And so anyways, we're going through, and we did like a really fast, high speed, like straight line, and then slam the brakes and then turn right before the lake.
Because they're trying to like jolt me, and so that like while I'm like delivering my lines in the chair, like it's supposed to be like blah, blah, like to make it funny. And
And you're just saying your lines. You don't even know how fast you're going.
I mean,
And it's like, Yeah, pretty much. And so anyways, we're driving it, and there's like 3 sides are all trees, so you're going to hit big trees if you were to go off bounds that way or go into the lake after a big hill. And so yeah, we did a really fast pass and slammed the brakes and then turned. And then as we came back, we did like a kind of like another turn, and then the car just lost power. And so it's spinning in a circle at maybe 10, 15 miles an hour and just going like this. And we're doing the controllers, we're going through the safety protocol, and nothing's working. And so, you know, you're still doing lines. You're just going in like a big circle like this, just around and around with your feet hanging off the side. And I'm like, we're just lucky the wheels were turned. Otherwise, you would have been into a tree. And so we shout to Bob, who's, you know, an old dude. And we're like, you know, because
he was the stunt coordinator guy.
The stunt coordinator. He had the final safety, which is that garage door opener that we put in the night before. And so he, you know, we're shouting to him, and he's like 30 feet behind us in conversation. And he like looks up, pulls it out of his pocket, you know, pulls the antenna, and then hits the button, and then kills the switch, and then it comes to a stop. And you're like, oh, I guess we're done. And you hop off. And I'm thinking, like, dude, if those wheels were in a straight line, you would have been into a tree.
Yeah, and
you're strapped in.
And if it was set at like 50 miles an hour instead of 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So the first pass right before it came unplugged was like 40 miles an hour straight for a steep hill into the lake. And I'm like, I don't know if you're walking away from that. And that was really scary. So luckily, we tell that story from time to time, and it's something that was so stressful, but like it went so wrong and right at the same time. It was all good. It made for great footage. Nobody even knew anything went wrong. And meanwhile, me and my 2 friends who built the thing are sitting there sweating like, dude, we almost killed him.
Fuck, dude. If your entertainment lawyer is listening to this right now, he's like, see, I told you, always wait.
Well, right. In my heart, I feel that if it was going like 50 miles an hour towards a tree, that it would just been dope footage, and I would have like dove off, and jumped off of it, you know, and like tuck and roll or something.
Tuck and roll
At 50.
I mean, I don't
50,
know.
yeah.
Like he said,
30.
he said we were going 30 miles an hour, 35. So like, call it
fast.
that.
Yeah.
If that's what we were going, then that's what it could have been.
Yeah, you jumped out of. How fast was the plane going when you jumped out of it?
40 miles easy.
Jeez.
Oh, I thought it'd be going way faster.
I know, it was just one of these little water world, like sea glider aircrafts.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck, man. So do you have any, like we were talking about earlier, the projects that you're working on that haunt you at night to go to sleep, that you're constantly working on?
There's actually one, and I filmed it yesterday before I flew out here.
And did you finish it?
Yeah.
How long did it take you to do?
So I kind of had a shortcut on this one. So the idea was to like get a car, waterproof it all, like the engine and everything, so you can drive it underwater wearing a scuba tank and drive under the bottom of a lake.
It would have to have a snorkel, right?
It would need
like
snorkel. Yeah, it would need some kind of like way to get air, probably a snorkel.
In a car would do that?
Yeah.
So it's like a Land Cruiser with the big L that comes up, like the exhaust?
Yeah. And, you know, some cars can, like, take on water a bit, but, like, I want to go completely submerged underwater, like 10 feet deep, and need, like, a scuba mask while you're sitting in the driver's seat, breathing air and driving underwater.
That's cool as fuck.
So you filmed that yesterday?
We filmed that yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to do?
So someone built this car already, and it's actually, like, an old military Hummer. Yeah, it's crazy. So we filmed. I don't know if the video's live when we post it.
So did you just rent the existing Hummer, or are you being just like this fucking obnoxiously wealthy YouTuber? You bought it.
No, it was a $0 budget. So my friend that we met for this project happened to have this Hummer that he waterproofed.
Okay, cool.
And it's got tank treads on it.
Dude, that's the greatest thing about Carter. Not only is he like just the most fascinating, like tenacious, just like unbelievably creative guy.
Yeah.
Like all of his buddies are the same way. Like when we filmed this project, we had his buddy who was the Green Goblin in the last Spider-Man movie, because he built this self-flying machine where he's just standing on a bunch of like drones effectively like built together, and it's like a hovercraft. He's like got his own remote control and he's flying around.
Yeah,
we're hanging out with him. He's flying around the property on his.
He's no big deal.
It's like the Green Goblin flyer machine.
Those are his buddies in like the 20s. Like mine were like putting mushrooms in my burrito, like ha ha. You know?
Yeah. So here's a clip of the Hummer from yesterday.
Oh wow!
So we're in here. We got the jet ski in front of us. I'll just show you this.
What are you guys looking at for the people listening?
So now, what's your upload schedule like on YouTube? Are you in a situation where you filmed this yesterday and it's already out, or like when?
No, not quite. This will come out next week.
Okay.
Probably next Saturday.
Yeah, and
So-
I think it's very safe to say that this podcast will have already, or will not have yet come out. That will
Not
come out
yet.
before
Okay, so
this,
then it's
yeah.
live on my channel if you guys want to check it out.
Live
then.
on Carter Scherer's channel and
Carter Scherer, yeah.
youtube.com/Carter Scherer.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Driving underwater, something like that.
I'm dying to know. Have you heard anything from the producers that we filmed that project with?
Well, I saw the pilot that came out.
Dude, I saw an early cut of it. When did you see the?
I assume it was like the final. They asked
Have
if
they
there was any
submitted
feedback.
it?
I don't know. It's been a while. I thought we would have heard back by now.
I know.
But it took
I'm
for
a
a
little
while.
bit indignant. I'm like, what? Like, how are you gonna not tell us what's going on?
Yeah.
And then I think my next thought is, well, thank God I'm busy enough that I'm not like sitting by the phone waiting for it to ring. So like I'm grateful that I don't care too much.
Yeah.
But it would be nice. I feel like it'd be a nice courtesy if they would reach out and give us some updates.
They're probably listening.
They're probably listening, yeah.
Yeah, come on,
Yeah.
guys, give us a shout out. No worries.
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude. What am I, like a fucking asshole? Keep it. Oh, dude, like Dave England said on the Jackass thread, he goes, "I must be a mushroom because they fucking keep me in the dark and keep feeding me shit."
Yeah. Well, that's good. So what are you doing out in LA?
So I'm here for like 3 days.
3 days.
Yep. We shot a Snapchat show this morning.
Cool.
Well, Liz did. I was just there to help her out.
And the people that you showed up with, that's your
That's
production
great.
crew?
Yeah,
That's
my
his
girlfriend
girlfriend.
Liz, and then our videographer. Yeah, so we shot this morning with the D'Amelio sisters, Charlie D'Amelio and Dixie, and it was like this whole Snapchat production. That was like super early morning, but yeah, we did that, and then we're doing this. and
Yeah,
then
dude, super cool that this was just like a last minute thing.
It
And I'm
was so
so
sick.
glad we're doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can't talk about what you're doing yet, can you?
for the
For the-
Snapchat
yeah.
thing, I probably can't talk on it now.
Yeah.
I'm interested by this because I've got a Snapchat programming deal.
Oh yeah.
And it's really just an exercise in recycling and repurposing existing content that I've put on YouTube.
Okay.
But you're filming original stuff
Oh,
that
yeah.
doesn't live on YouTube exclusively for Snapchat.
Yeah, well, this isn't really my like project at all.
Okay.
Liz was like a guest for the one of the episodes.
Okay.
But yeah, it's this huge production. It's all put on by Snapchat.
Dude, it's amazing how Snapchat has endured and survived. Like, you would think that when Instagram started doing stories and Facebook started doing stories, that, like, their model got stolen and that, like, they would become somehow obsolete. But Snapchat is alive and well.
They're putting a lot of money into stuff. I can tell you that much.
I mean,
What-
it's unbelievable.
But TikTok's kind of just taking over everything.
I know, dude. And, like, how do people have the time to go bouncing back and forth between
I
all
think they
these...
start to all the people that were on Facebook, like 5-10 years ago, like my mom's just getting involved in Instagram, and everybody
Yeah.
that's been in Instagram is going over to TikTok, and I feel like there's still some people that are brand new
Is
to
it-
Facebook.
Is Facebook dipping at all? And it's...
Yeah,
They are?
They lost like 70% of their share. That's why I think they're working on the metaverse because you gotta. What are you gonna do?
Was the metaverse not like somehow like tied to crypto in some sense, or am I
I
just?
think it's a
tripping?
currency that you. Yeah, I mean, you would know more.
Yeah, where are you at with crypto? What do you think about all that?
I think crypto's good. I don't know a whole lot about like
Are
the
you
future.
invested in it?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think like you're gonna be able to have, like the whole metaverse is gonna be built on. I mean, what's the technology behind the metaverse? It's
I
not
think it's-
blockchain. Blockchain's
Yeah.
something different.
I don't know. I know there's a lot of like video games that are coming out that are, like incorporate a lot of like different forms of crypto.
Yeah, like people are making money off video games now with crypto. So like if you win a level, you get money, or if you,
Yeah.
Right.
Or like you can buy
like Pokemon cards, but like you're battling each other on.
or it's like NFTs and stuff like that. Like you
Yeah.
can buy like a car like in GTA or some game, and then you can rent that car to other players, which
Yeah.
is just crazy. I just don't understand why that wouldn't be.
I mean, they're saying the next push, the crypto is going to be the 12th sector of the S&P 500.
I mean, I don't even know. But I think I've already decided to let Paul keep all that in, and to thank Vinny for keeping that AC running. So thank you, Vinny, dog. You're killing it out there.
He hasn't taken his eyes off that fucking.
I know. It got hot in here real bad. Yeah, dude, I think if anybody was in that van, they would agree. It was hot, like real bad. But let me tell you about when it gets hot real good. It's when I take my Blue Chew tablets, baby. And what are they? Well, they're delicious, chewable tablets with the same active ingredient as both Viagra and Cialis. Yeah, plus they cost only a fraction of the price. And proven to give you a mean boner. That's what it's all about, baby. You know, you chew your Blue Chew tablets, about a half hour later, ready to take your girl to Bone Town, Pound Town. That's right. And that's what happens, man, when I chew my Blue Chew tablets. I have never let Lux down. I have always gone to war with her vagina. That's right. And I love it. And it is so easy to get your Blue Chew tablets because when you go to bluechew.com, you can consult with the medical provider online. Very quick, very easy. That takes care of your prescription. And if you use the promo code STEVO, you get an entire month's supply of Blue Chew tablets completely for free. All you have to pay is $5 for shipping. Now, if you've ever wondered, are Blue Chew tablets a lot of fun? I can assure you the answer is yes. I have a ton of fun with them. I love it. So I think you're going to love it too. That's why it's time for you to head on over to bluechew.com and use the promo code STEVO for an entire month's supply of Blue Chew tablets. And all you got to pay is $5 for shipping. Just saying. Now, let's get back to it. Real fast.
Real hot. I thought it was just missing me and getting you guys, and like I had to take my glasses off because they're fogging up. It was so hot.
I know, dude. I'm gonna give myself a break for getting grumpy because it was that hot, and now it feels great because Vinny's killing it.
It's ice cold.
Yeah. How do you like LA? Where are you from originally?
I grew up near DC.
DC.
Yeah, Northern Virginia.
So not too far from.
Where Northern Virginia?
It was called Oakton.
Is that near McLean, Virginia?
It's really close to McLean, yeah.
Cool.
Because we saw you in DC last time we were at the show, right?
Yeah, that's where we met.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met at the show. I was actually at my new place in North Carolina, which is only 4 hours away. So we drove up to that one, stayed at my parents' place, went into DC. Yeah.
You had to schlep over to your parents' condo?
Yeah.
From your mansion?
Now my parents have a house too.
Wait, what do your parents do?
My dad's a patent attorney.
Well, there you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. It's a dream come true.
Does that not, just fit in magically? Is that, did that inform what the game plan? No, you came into the fucking project late. And it just so happened to be that your dad was a patent attorney?
Yeah. When you texted me that it was about, inventions and patents and stuff, I was like, dude, this is, for me.
Dude.
And that's what got you into inventing stuff.
That's
because the hardest part about inventing is, patenting your idea.
Yeah, growing up with my dad, I think he was probably a big part of, why I wanted to, invent or, build or stuff like that. Yeah, so him being, an IP lawyer, it was definitely kind of made, I guess, probably inspired that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
crazy,
that's
dude.
super cool.
The coincidence of that is, really, really, striking. Almost beyond, coincidence.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy because we met at DC in that show, and then it was only a few weeks later you texted me this thing.
I think it was a little more than a few weeks, but who cares? I mean, it's just
it was pretty quick.
It's
couple months.
Unbelievable because these guys were, the people from this project were like, oh, do you have anybody in mind? I'm like, oh, well, if we're talking about a show about crazy inventions and patents and building, this guy Carter Scher builds all kinds of shit.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
What was your in engineer school, your final project? What did you build in school? Do you have to build something crazy or elaborate?
Like a thesis?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, our school wasn't set up that way. But yeah, some things that I built in college. Built lots of little different robots. One was a little robot arm that held a pen, and it could draw pictures and write stuff.
Jesus.
So that was one.
So you could program what it's gonna draw, and it draws it perfect.
Yeah, basically. So I built a paint program on the computer, so you can just write and draw what you want like with the mouse, and then you can click print, and then the robot will just do what you did and just write it on paper.
But when you graduated college, what'd you want to do? I mean, I'm sure you didn't see yourself doing a YouTube channel.
No, definitely not. YouTube didn't come until a little bit after, but in college I was just thinking I'd probably work at like Uber or Tesla,
really,
or something like that.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
He's like, when in college, I just thought maybe I'll just be like an engineer for Tesla.
Yeah. No biggie.
Yeah.
I had no idea that I'd become a global phenomenon on YouTube. Where do you compare yourself? Maybe it's not fair to frame it like that, but how much do you relate or feel like a colleague to the guy Colin Furs?
Oh yeah, dude. I used to watch him a lot.
That guy's badass.
Yeah, he's crazy.
You guys kind of have very similar vibes in the content that you create. Is that fair to say?
Definitely, yeah. My channel hasn't really been all about like building stuff. I mean, that's kind of like where my passion and stuff started. And early on, my videos would be about trying to build as much as I could, but they just take so long. So I found some some other avenues to get into, like more challenge based and experience stuff. But I still do build a lot of stuff. But yeah,
you upload like a crazy volume, right?
Yeah,
like
it's high volume.
3 videos a week.
Yeah, well, I mean, when I first started, it was 5 videos a week for a year, and then it went down to like 3 for a while, and it's been 2 a week for the last couple. So it's been, I probably put over 1,000 videos. Like, it's a lot. Yeah, tons of videos.
It's crazy, and hence the Lamborghini and the what's the really old luxury car? It's a Ferrari?
The Countach, the Lamborghini Countach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So crazy.
How many cars do you have?
A lot.
I don't know.
A lot?
Yeah, I do have a lot.
He's got a lot.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean a lot? 10? 50?
Yeah, probably under 50. It's probably like
way over 10, way under 50.
What, just whatever you like, fuck, I want that car, you get it? Or
he's got like his property is littered with like airplane hangars, basically, like big gigantic warehouse for storing cars.
Yeah,
It's fucking rad.
Yeah,
incredible.
the listing for it said I had a garage for 250 cars.
And you're gonna get that goal.
And I was like, that can't be right. And then I toured the property, like a couple weeks later or something, and it has 30,000 square feet of garage.
Got like a man-made lake that he keeps dye in it to like choose the color of the lake, and like.
Yeah, we got jet skis. We have a boat. We go wakeboarding.
You keep dyeing it just because you want the lake blue sometimes, or green, or.
Yeah, I mean that's a bougie way to put it, I guess. But yeah, we have this like, it's like.
There you go.
I think she likes me. Yeah, so we have this like lake. It wraps around the house. So the driveway is this long driveway with a bridge over the water to get to the house. And I want the water to look nice, so we put dye in it. And so it's like bright blue and pretty, but it's also very healthy for the lake. It's all organic. It helps like the sun penetration for like the algae growth and things.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's recommended. So it's not as crazy as like people never like hear about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots of lakes have dye in it. Keep them healthy.
You had just recently purchased this property in North Carolina at the point when we were there, right?
Yeah, super recent.
So that represented your move from North Virginia to North Carolina?
No, I was out here actually. I was living in Bel Air.
Of course you were.
This kid, dude, he's got all the. He's like a young Bruce Wayne, dude.
Yeah,
He's
dude, exactly.
handsome. He's like smart. He's in his lab like building things, and then he goes out and fights crime at night.
Dude, most impressive kid ever, dude. It's just so rad.
Yeah, what was the first car you bought when you made your money? Like, were you like, I have to have that, or did it just kind of start?
Yeah, no, we did. So me and my brother started, and we were living at my parents' house, and we were working on the same channel together. And the first car we bought was a Lamborghini.
The first car you bought was a Lamborghini.
Yep.
The Countach?
No, it was a lime green Lamborghini Gallardo.
Yeah, the Countach is like an antique, like like some kind of like old 1960s deal or something. The green Lamborghini is like fresh and badass and like
Yeah, I went to this guy's house. He invented the like the ear piercing gun, like in the 70s.
Really? Wow.
And he did all like the do-it-yourself waxing kits in Walmart in the 80s, and like he made his money. and him and Jay Leno are neck and neck for the most cars. And so he
Really?
would fly in and be like, "Oh, I was recreating a race from the 20s with I have a Duesenberg, and this other guy had the same Duesenberg, and we recreated a race." And so I went to his house in Malibu, and he had a separate house just for all of his cars.
Yeah, well, that's next level right there.
And then he has a house in Manhattan that's another house that it's actually not a house, but the whole front opens up, and it's like he's got Countach. And like, did you see his Countach? And like, which one? Like 71, 72, 73, all the years. And
Really?
like it's wild.
That's next level.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a few nice cars, a couple Lambos and stuff, but yeah, not all the cars I collect are super expensive. I buy a lot of I try to buy really interesting cars.
Do you ever invent something for market to get it into the retail space? Do you ever think about doing something like that?
I have, but it's a lot of work to do all that. So
Is that something that would be?
No, you just
like
create one. You get a rapid prototyping, figure out how it's made, and then you
Well-
sell it to a company. And I mean, your dad. The hardest part is getting the patent.
It would be a father and son bonding project that you guys have fun
That's
putting
true.
together on your own.
I mean, it would be fun.
Like a back scratcher that you're just like, or something that like I'm sure you thought about. Like,
I
there's
mean-
constantly problems to solve.
Right,
Yeah.
but then again, on the other hand, like almost without fail, if you think of like something that would be a dope invention and then Google it, like it's been invented. Is it fair to say that that's the truth?
I think inventing things is really hard, and I don't really think that's like the best efficient way to like be successful.
Right.
You don't have to reinvent the wheel, and
This guy went around and he grabbed a guitar pick. His whole role is to go around like Walmart or any stores, and he goes, I can change that by 30%. So he got guitar picks. He put mouse ears on them and sold them to Disney. They got the light, like, so he does shit like that all day.
Wow.
Oh, there's a mop handle. Well, I can make a mop handle that's an L shaped, and like that's his
That's
whole
like
deal.
he's like the cocksucker that just puts an S on the word in the Scrabble.
What is that? Somebody did?
It's like
Oh yeah, during the game.
just adding
Yeah. Yeah.
bad analogy. So your girl Liz, also a huge YouTuber, also part of the project that we were working on, which fingers crossed sees the light of day. How long have you guys been together?
we've known each other since college.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's been, I don't know, probably like 8 years. I think we met like freshman year.
Wow.
Really?
So you guys were friends first, and then you got in a relationship.
Yeah, we were both on the swim team. So we met like first week of the first year, first semester. And just we're kind of close because of swimming.
Was it love at first sight for you?
I don't know my first memory of seeing her. I'm sure it was just like, a whole group of people I don't know. You roll up to college.
Yeah.
But yeah, we hit it off pretty quick. I mean, we definitely we're friends pretty quickly right out after meeting.
Do you guys swim together now?
No.
Do you still swim laps and keep in shape?
I don't really swim much, no.
What was your event?
I did sprint freestyle and butterfly,
How far?
like as short as possible.
50 meters?
Yeah, it'd be like 50 or 100s. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to play water polo, and then I swam once, and I did one event. It was 1,000 meter, and I came in dead last.
1,000, okay. That's a long one.
It's fucking the worst.
Yeah, that's what Liz did. She was doing like 1650 and the 500.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Scott and I did a triathlon together.
Yeah.
And I was terrified of the swimming, and he was terrified of the bicycle.
But
And-
dude, you actually did better than me in both.
Oh, did I?
This guy, like, I'm swimming every day, and I'm like trying to ride bikes to keep and I can run, and dude, this guy smoked me.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that I beat you in the swimming.
Maybe you caught up your time on the bike, but I suck at bike.
Yeah, I do well with cycling.
Cycling.
I enjoy cycling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you do all day, just in general? Do you have like a routine? Do you work out? Do you?
Yeah, I work out. Yeah, I try to be active. But yeah, most of it is honestly, it's just content.
Content.
Just a
Yeah.
lot of
It's
content.
on the forefront of your mind.
Pretty much, yeah. Because I have, I'm growing the team, I'm trying to build out like infrastructure. I'm trying to build out like studio space and office space.
What do you do for merchandise? Is that a big part of your business?
Yeah, it's not a huge part, but it's something that we do, and we're working on growing that too. It just takes a ton of promotion. You just got to constantly push it. But yeah, we have a lot of different like t-shirts, sweatshirts. We have like custom plushies, all that kind of stuff.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
How many people do you have on your team?
I have about like 10.
And those are all like employees of yours?
Mm-hmm.
And they all live on the compound in North Carolina?
No, but they all live around. A couple live with me, but most people live at their own place. Yeah.
Right.
Would they say you're an easygoing boss? Or are you pretty
I don't know.
or do you drive the,
It's a lot of people to, like manage and like coordinate with the content and stuff. But yeah, I think it's pretty laid back.
I have trouble picturing him like yelling the way I was earlier.
Yeah. But you never know. I mean, like some people have a passion for what they do, and it's like that's the only thing that matters. And it's like, well, I don't care. Get your fucking ass over here.
Right.
Yeah, I think sometimes it could be like that a little bit.
Think, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I try to keep it fun because that's kind of the goal, is just to have fun. But yeah, lots of stress sometimes.
For sure.
Yeah.
1,000 videos.
I would say so.
In how many years?
I started, like, my first ever was probably uploaded in like 2016.
Yeah, that's a lot of videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, like I, on my main channel, am uploading every 2 weeks right now. And I'm like, man, dude, I should just do a video every week. I'm like, oh, it's so intimidating. And that's one video a week.
Yeah. I've kind of been at one video a week, and it's just like, still feels really fast.
Yeah, it's
I mean, dude, but people don't realize how busy you actually are. I mean, if you told, you probably have a video coming out soon, but like just the last 4 days that you've had with Michael that flew in.
Yeah, I mean, well, that'll be a video, like.
Yeah, but so, I mean, he was just like, I can't believe how busy you guys are, because you were doing all that. Meanwhile, there's business to attend to.
Oh yeah,
you got podcasts going on. You know, it's just it's fucking crazy, like.
And for me, I go back and forth between being on tour, like on my tour bus. Oh, and by the way, did I send you a video of how I got that motion sensor to work?
No, did you get it?
Oh, damn. what a cocksucker I am. We ordered the thing, like, on my tour bus, it's, the bus is wrapped with Steve-O art, and so, like, it kind of draws a lot of attention, and people are banging on the bus all the time, and it gets to be quite a bit. So I wanted to get a custom-made light-up sign that says, "It's not okay to knock. Please do not disturb." And then we got it, and we built in a light switch, but it just didn't make sense to keep it on all night. And I thought, oh my God, how rad would it be if, like, it had a motion sensor, so when people walk up to the bus, like, as they just kind of get close to the door, then the light turns on and says, to illuminate, "It's not okay to knock. Please do not disturb." So I first thought, just reach out to Carter. Hey man, can I get emotions? And you sent me an Amazon link to a motion sensor, but that one was it said like not suitable for high temperature. Like this is for any indoor setting, and we're like in the middle of like blazing triple digit weather, like
Mississippi in the summertime.
So I just went to Home Depot and I got an outdoor one and wired it through the door, and dude, it works brilliantly.
That's awesome.
I love it. And then I took it from that, and then I got like motion sensor floodlights with cameras that kick on when there's motion on every single corner of the bus. On top of.
You got it on lockdown now.
Yeah,
People still come up.
Candidly, I had just seen on TMZ that the Machine Gun Kelly's tour bus got like horribly vandalized with spray paint, and I was like, man, I'd really like to have like floodlights and cameras turn on when anybody approaches this bus. Like, I'm not trying to get that kind of treatment.
Does that happen in like every city?
I've not heard of it. But just people knocking, people knocking, like vandalizing the bus. No, I haven't heard about that.
Yeah,
but
people always knock right where the sign says "Do not knock."
I know. Were you on the bus when they're knocking? And now because we've got the floodlights with the cameras, we can actually just flip on the app and talk to them, like with the microphone. So. We got it's got a speaker and a microphone too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you should put a sign that says like "Do not knock," or a thing will come out and hit you in the face, and then be like, "Well, you knocked."
I know, but dude,
People will sue the shit out of you.
Think about how many people ask me to kick them in the nuts. You don't think that would just make a line of people fucking like knocking so that something
It
can
kicks
hit
him
them
in
in
the
the
nuts. That would be pretty epic, though. And you just get all those on camera.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that was another thing. The guy who made the sign, I sent him a video of like how the motion sensor works, and he goes, "Oh, dude, you should have the motion sensor set up to a camera and a foghorn, so that when people come in, when they get so close to the door, it's like, bah! And then the camera films them like jumping out of their shoes, scared."
Yeah,
That's funny.
mace or a taser comes out.
Yeah.
Do you have a hard out at? You have to be somewhere at what time?
He's got a 4:30 meeting, as I understand.
Okay,
it.
so you okay? We still have time.
Yeah.
I thought it was at 4.
Yeah, no, we're doing pretty good.
Dude, I'm gonna be so embarrassed of my Winnebago man screaming about the air conditioner.
No, we can cut it out.
I don't care. Fuck it, dude. You're like, go ahead and cut it out.
It wasn't.
It wasn't flattering.
It wasn't how you normally act.
Yeah.
It wasn't how you normally get mad.
Oh, it was worse.
Yeah, you're pretty pissed. And it wasn't even Vinny's fault. Like, I mean, it sucked, but like, you just took like
Definitely wasn't Vinny's fault.
you just took like 7 different problems and just put it right on Vinny, like throughout the day. So that's why.
And
I
he
mean,
didn't deserve that.
I mean, it's
Vinny is a ride or die, dude. I can call him middle of the night. You know.
dude. He went to San Diego twice in one day. You know what we could do? We could,
Twice in a day.
yeah. And on
the
the way
test.
here, he sat in traffic for 4 hours, and then Steve was like, "Hey, we need you to set up the podcast again." He's like, "Dude, I'm there."
Really?
Yeah,
Dude,
I mean, dude, you call Vinny at 4 in the morning, you know, and ask him if he's willing to work right now, and he'll be like, "Dude, I'm sorry, I was asleep."
We could
He's just a rad bro, and he's dedicated to the team, and that's why I want to keep in me looking like an asshole, so I can give Vinny love.
All right,
Let's do
cool. Or maybe we can put it on Steve-O Raw. The explicit content.
I mean, whatever, dude.
That's awesome.
I like to be accountable, man. I'm generally not a jerk, so you know, if I acted like one, let me put it out there.
So what's the plan the rest of the day? You're gonna go film some more stuff, and then what do
He's
you
got
do?
a top secret meeting for high level business to make even more millions of dollars.
That would be dope. Yeah.
Millions of dollars.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, you're not even denying it.
I mean, that would be the dream.
Yeah.
No, I'm just meeting with some friends. But yeah, the goal for the rest of the day, yeah, it's kind of chill after that.
Probably go to a fancy ass bougie restaurant.
Go to Nobu, and then takes a fucking Lamborghini Countach to your private jet.
Here's a question that you don't have to answer, but you've absolutely made over $1 million in a single month before.
In a single month?
Yeah.
On ads.
I mean, what, just on end, just total revenue, like one
a single
month over
month?
$1 million?
I don't think so.
Oh, no? Okay.
It's all about the slow and steady.
Yeah, nice. Slow and steady.
Yeah.
I like that.
No, I don't think I did $1 million in a month.
I know. That's where
That's big.
That's where we need to get to. Is where slow and steady is $1 million every month.
$1 million every month. Yeah, that's a good slow and steady.
Yeah, because you're very ad friendly because you appeal to like all audiences.
Yeah.
The air just went off.
I know, the air just went off, and I'm not
He's
even.
like, God damn it!
I mean, it's not Vinny's fault. But dude, we might have fun going to Home Depot to buy a new air conditioner. That thing's done us right for 2 goddamn years now.
We might have fun. Yeah, I'll Amazon some shit over it.
Yeah. Do you have an Amazon addiction?
I order a lot of stuff from Amazon.
Dude, it's
Yeah,
so
like
much
way
fun,
too much.
huh? Yeah, way too much.
Yeah.
And then when it shows up, you have no idea what it was. So it's
Yeah,
like
you forget. Yeah, exactly.
opening. It's like Christmas.
That's what
Every
a quality
day.
problem to have.
Wait, yeah,
Yeah.
because I spend like, you know, over about half my time on tour and half my time at home. So like, when I'm on tour, it's just this blistering pace of like, you know, show every day and like, you know, all the content creation happening because I've got my editor with me on the road, and like we're doing all this business and all this like crazy stuff. And then I get to a point where I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to go home. And I come home, and it's just this blistering pace of everything else. Like it's gnarly. Like,
Yeah, it seems like you're crazy busy.
yeah, it's pretty intense. Life is fun, man. I wouldn't have it any other way. I fear the day when I'm not crazy busy.
Yeah.
I think I thrive with a hectic schedule.
Yeah, I don't think you've ever, maybe in the first year or two, like you had downtime, but like, I don't think so, dude, since
Yeah.
I've known you.
We recently went on a vacation to Hawaii, and it drove me nuts.
You know what,
It was like 5 days we were gone.
yeah, you know what he learned from his vacation?
What's that?
That he never wants to take a vacation another day in his life.
That's funny.
I was like, dude, relaxing stresses me out. Like,
I literally had the same
He was
experience.
like, what's
too.
the point of
Yeah.
doing this? And I was like, I thought he was just venting. And he's like, no, seriously, what is the point that we're here?
yeah, we just went, like, we just flew, and I hate airports. I hate airplanes. And we went to an airport to get on an airplane to, like, fly all the way to Hawaii so that, and paid for it, by the way, so that we could not accomplish, like, wait a second, the goal is to not accomplish anything? We're out here, like, trying to, like, not work.
I think like the idea of radical self-care, you know, like just de-stressing and enjoying life and you rescued a dog.
Yeah, that was
In
the,
Hawaii?
that was the best thing. We drove past this Humane Society shelter, and the first time I was like, hey, let's pull over, let's play with some dogs. And my girl and Scott said nah, and then the second time they was like nah, and then the third time I talked him into it, and
Yeah, that's the thing that people don't realize. Like off camera, that's all you wanted to do was go to this animal shelter and play with dogs. Like that's the real you.
Yeah,
like that seemed to made you happy for like the whole day.
oh, dude, that's all I wanted to do. And then when we went there, it was like, oh, damn it, we got a dog. We adopted another dog.
You knew it was coming.
I loved it.
You
I
got
loved
to
it. They had it set up too, so that they even free of charge would ship the dog to the mainland USA, to
Really?
wherever you want. They had a whole
Wow.
map. They had at that Humane Society, and it was the Kauai Humane Society. They had a whole wall that was just a map of America with pins for where they've like shipped dogs to forever homes, and it was just littered with pins. They're like, yeah, we've got it set up with like the airline or whatever. Like, so yeah, no problem. Well, just pick up your dog at the airport when.
Wow.
Sometimes they can
That's
put
amazing.
the dog on the same flight as they would have, except we went over to Maui. But yeah, it's rad, dude. It's rad.
Which dog was that?
That was Lucy, the one that your girl picked up when we were inside the
Oh,
house.
yeah?
The black and
From
white dog,
Hawaii.
yeah. And her name is Lucy Lahui
Yeah.
because we flew into the Lahui airport.
That's
and,
awesome.
Lahui is a city in Kauai.
when you thought you lost Burn this last week,
Oh, God, the worst.
but did you think about how soon can you rescue another one?
Oh, yeah, of course.
That was the second thought.
I'm already thinking about rescuing another dog. And who cares if it's the fifth dog? Because it's really on my conscience that Wendy is, she just doesn't like the tour bus. She doesn't like the tour bus, and I bring her with me on tour everywhere. And I'm like, man, what am I doing? I should just get another dog that loves being on the bus
Interesting.
Oh wow! How are you gonna sleep at night though?
with a dog.
Without Wendy.
Right. I mean,
But you love sleeping with Wendy.
It'll bum me out to not have Wendy, but it bums me out almost more that like when the bus is driving that she's like visibly uncomfortable. It's not cool, man. I don't want to do that to her anymore.
All right. Well, how soon are you gonna get a dog? Are you gonna get one on the road? Have you planned this? What do you?
I mean, dude, maybe what I'll do. I was telling Lux like that I was thinking about going on this next leg without Wendy. This is so funny. We've got a great
Yeah.
guest, Carter Scher.
I haven't looked at him for 12 minutes. Sorry, dude.
Do you have pets at your place?
Yeah, Liz got 2 dogs and 5 chickens.
Oh, dude, chickens. Any roosters?
No.
Yeah.
All hens.
You don't. I'm surprised with all those acres, you don't have like horses and cows and.
No.
Give him a
I
beat.
don't.
He just moved there.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to get animals, though. Too much work.
You gonna have kids?
I don't know, man. That's a big question, I think.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, he's
Yeah.
28 years old. What are you gonna do?
Have kids.
Yeah, because you're not going to get kids.
I'm snipped, dude.
That's
I
right.
am. I'm fully fucking snipped.
I'm down to have kids.
Yeah?
I think so.
I don't get it. I do not understand.
What, having kids?
Yeah, I just don't get it. I think that the world is slipping, man. Like it's like the whole rich getting richer and poor getting poorer thing. Like to create a person to struggle and have all the odds against them. You know, like
I think like in LA it's like that. Like in North, he's like, dude, I 111 acres. He's like, gets out of his house, he's yawning. His lake's a different color. You know, it's like. I think life's for us in LA. Life's hard because we're just on such a fucking grind, and then
we're
it's
on
like,
a gnarly grind.
there's a lot of homeless everywhere, so it's like getting in your head. But dude, if you lived in Arizona, you'd be like, you know, fuck, dude, the desert's beautiful. There's a lot of space.
My experience of touring America on the tour bus is like stark. You know, stark like problems with society. You know, and like. Opioid epidemic and you know the meth crisis and like
well just don't move to Ohio.
Yeah, but whatever it is, man, if you want to have kids then have at it. I think it'd be a great dad.
I've been thinking about it, but I don't know.
And I think that you and your dad should try to lock down a patent together, get it to market.
Yeah.
I think that that's something that would
dude, it'd be so easy for you to get it to market, and then or you can just license the idea out and sell it once you have the patent. Go on Shark Tank and then film it, and you got a YouTube video on Shark Tank.
Yeah,
dude.
Super I think content's just too much though. It's too busy.
Make a video how to get your product on Shark Tank.
Out of it.
Yeah.
How to get your product on Shark Tank.
I'm getting like a Casey Neistat vibe a little bit. Do you like when like friends of yours or just people you know when they reach out and they're like, hey man, like let's get together for dinner or like let's lunch or something. Like do you have the thought like this, like they're asking me to have a dinner. It's kind of not going to make good content. It's not even going to film it. I'm so annoyed that they're trying to like eat into my day with something that's not going to work great on YouTube. Like
interesting. No, not really. I mean, I keep work, and then I try to do stuff outside. But I'm busy though. You know, it's not every day I get to go out to like dinner or fly out to LA and do stuff out here.
Right.
So.
I
think we think different than people. Like
right, dude,
he's non-alcohol. Like he doesn't.
Yeah, such a well-adjusted, like good fucking kid.
He's like, yeah, I met my girl in college. We were friends for a long time. I got to know her, you know, and I'm just like, right. Dude, it's just so crazy. He's like, no, I keep my work separate. It's like, dude, for us, we just have everything's just enmeshed together. Like, fuck, dude.
We're psychos. Yeah. Well, right on, dude. I'm so while we have the people's attention, what are we gonna try to direct it to? Your YouTube channel, of course.
Oh, YouTube, yeah. Carter Share YouTube. That's all my stuff. Carter Share YouTube, Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah, we got to, like, I checked your Instagram. We got to get that to 1 million, dude.
We do need to get that to 1 million. It's a big problem.
He's knocking on the door. It's a big problem.
Like 700, 800.
No, dude, you're creeping up on 900.
Yeah, am I? Okay, that's good.
I think it's like 860.
I don't check it very much.
Yeah. Healthy boundaries.
Carter Sharer on Instagram.
How do you spell Sharer, just so they know?
SHARER.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yep. So follow his Instagram, subscribe to his YouTube.
Yeah, I'm trying to blow everything up.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
And Liz,
Liz, Lizzie Capri YouTube. She's actually out there filming a video right now in your backyard.
She's cleaning the barn, dude.
Wow.
Which is an absolute disaster. Like, what have we been hiring Dylan to do? The only thing he does is just throw more hay on. Like, it's like knee-high deep in hay. The whole fucking barn.
Have a talk with Dylan.
Dude, Dylan's in deep shit.
You're like, I got to talk to you. He's like, I'm going to give you a raise. That's so funny.
Yeah, dude. All right, man. And there's nothing else we want to drive traffic to.
That's it, yeah.
All right, dude, it's it. Dude, you're an impressive guy.
Thanks,
It's
man.
An honor to know you.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for having you join us here today. And I'm mortified that we made you push your important meeting for millions of dollars by a half an hour.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right, dude. Thanks, man.
All right, cool.
Just a likable kid, man. I'm really rooting for him. But then again, you don't even really have to root for him because he's rich, like really rich. It's it's crazy. Like he's one of these people that makes me think, what am I doing wrong, man? I work so hard all the time. I'm tirelessly working, and like I just don't have it like that. But hey, man, it's not about having anything. It's about the grind, man. I'm addicted to the grind, and I love you guys, the street team. Here I've been on tour. I'm in Canada right now, and I've had a few people introduce themselves to me as, hey, dude, I'm street team. And every time someone tells me that, I hug them, I thank them. And it happens a lot during meet and greets, and the meet and greets are really like, have been wearing me down. Like, it's like, dude, I love the show. And then the meet and greet, like, but the street team people speaking up, they really, they put joy back into my heart, my life. And thank you for that. All right, guys.